Demand more. Get Allmax.
We see a lot of information, a lot of articles, a lot of contest prep information about male bodybuilding, female bodybuilding. The new class over the last few years has been, bikini. Bikini has been great for the industry. It's brought in a whole bunch of girls. The attendance has increased. I get a lot of questions about bikini athletes. What it takes to become a bikini athlete. Bikini is a very subjective standard. You have to have that petite body. You have to have the small waist. You have to have that Hawaiian tropic look, but yet with a little bit of muscularity. Not too big, because then you go into different divisions such as women's figure and women's physique. Bikini girls usually do a lot of cardio. Bikini girls usually eat less food, a lot less food. And the problem with that is a lot of them have something that they go through. It's called metabolic damage. That's one thing you want to try to avoid. Metabolic damage is when your metabolism slows down to the point that it's not changing. Yeah, you could do 5 hours of cardio per day, and you could eat 0 carbs for months, and you lose weight. But at one point, your body's not going to go anywhere. And if you keep pushing yourself, you're gonna mess up your body even more. My girls, the girls who I prep for bikini, they eat a good amount of food. CHAUNDRA Bagwell, who's a pro, we turned a pro at Junior National. She's a Team Allmax girl. She was eating 3,000 calories per day. Her diet was it was more than some of the men who I prepped. Her metabolism was fast enough, and her body took it in well. She weighed 109 pounds on stage. She was completely shredded for bikini. But she looked good and she turned pro. So she's a good example of somebody who does eat, who does do cardio, who doesn't cheat, and follows the program that their coach is giving them. You have to be careful, whether you're a female or you're a male, you have to eat. Don't fall into the trap of more cardio and less food. I've said it a few times in some of these other questions, and that's not the answer. Be smart about the way you diet, be smart about your nutrition, and and keep an eye on your body. If something doesn't feel right, that means it's not right, and make some changes. Don't just keep going and going and going and going until you hurt your body. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching the video. This is IFBB Pro Fakhri Mubarak. Until next time, remember, champions do what competitors don't.